Alright guys, welcome back. Been a little while since my last review, but we're back at it again, and this time we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends Secret Wars Captain America. And this one was kindly provided by my sister, who happened to be traveling, so much thanks for that. And without further ado, let's crack this package open and see what we get inside. We'll just quickly take a look at the package. Nice blue lightning strike in the back there. Got your Secret Wars Marvel Legends figure nicely displayed. At the back there you have all the different figures in the wave. Got a little bio there for Captain America. Some nice artwork there. And yeah, some directions as to how to use this shield thing. And looks pretty good. So let's crack this open. Alright, so let's take a closer look at Cap. And just for comparison, I do have the 20th anniversary version, so we'll be taking a close look at that one together with him. Don't want to do too much of a comparison because I think they're both good figures. So if you were unable to get the 20th anniversary one, I think this one is fine. He just needs a better shield than the broken one. And then you'll have a really nice cap for your display. But nonetheless, let's take a closer look at that head sculpt. And it is the digitally printed ones, so the eyes are really sharp and nice. I do like that. And they're actually painted around the complete eye hole, unlike the older one where they sort of just left that out. And it doesn't look as good in my opinion. But beyond that, it's more or less the same head sculpt. The wings, all the everything is the same. Just the expression is a bit different. And this one does look pretty good too. I just wish that they painted around those eye holes fully. That could just have been a mistake on the factory's part. But I think this updated one is pretty nice. And he does have that cheesy Captain America grin, which is pretty cool. This scale mail is a rubbery overlay, so it does have that slight flex to it, I guess. It doesn't really help much in the way of articulation, but I was thinking maybe if they did the under the body that's under there, if they cut away the hard plastic and then they did the overlay, would that not allow you to do like a little bit to get it over the chest, like the overlay would flex and stuff? Who knows, maybe I might get another Captain America and experiment on him. So taking a closer look at that scale mail and stuff, it does look really nice. It is the same as it is on the 20th anniversary. The stripes on the abdomen there aren't super cleanly painted, but they are painted well enough. With the naked eye, it's hard to notice. Well, one thing I noticed about them is that they have different patterns. So pretty much where all the white stripes are on the 20th anniversary, these are red on this one. So I guess depending on the artist, they probably had the stripes painted differently. Another point to note is that on the 20th anniversary there is actually washes going on all the red parts of the figure, whereas on the Secret Wars cap there is no wash at all. So that's a bit unfortunate. It would have been nice to see the Marvel Legends actually start implementing more washes and stuff. I mean, you don't have to go like super extreme, you know, but it would be nice to see more of that implemented. I was quite surprised when they did that on the 20th anniversary, because you don't often see washes done in Marvel Legends. And of course on the Secret Wars cap you have no pins anymore, which is really nice, because those pin joints used to be very, very rubbery, and no exception here with cap. But on the pinless joints, the joints are actually quite stiff, so do appreciate that. Another detail that I'd like to note is that there are no creases sculpted into the crotch area for cap on the 20th anniversary, but they are sculpted here, and they even have creases on America's ass, so that's pretty cool. It would have been better if they did this figure in this color scheme, you know. It's not to say that this blue looks bad or anything, it just looks a bit more faded out, and some people might prefer that actually. So taking a close look at the belt and stuff, you can see it's pretty cleanly painted, nice silver. It's a floating piece, but it's extremely tight, so I would advise against pushing it too far up, because if you look on my 20th anniversary, it actually is getting the paint scraped off from moving that belt around too much. So just be careful with that. Still has the same peg hole at the back, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. It's really well done. I actually really like this Captain America. So let's take a look at the articulation on Cap. His head does go up very far, also goes down very far, and he does have swivel and a very slight amount of tilt. Nothing to talk about. The arms do rotate, and they go up to about this far. Bicep does swivel. Double jointed elbows, which are hindered slightly by the glove. He has a swivel and hinge at the wrist. The torso was a bit disappointing. He could only crunch forward literally that much. I would have thought with this rubber overlay that would allow him to go even further, but literally all he can do. And he leans back about that far, but you have this horrid looking gap there, so I'm not sure if you're doing photography you might have to lean him, something like that. Does swivel at the waist. Belt is floating, as mentioned. The legs kick up about that far, kick back about that far. They do the splits about that far. Does have a thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, also hindered a little bit by the boot, but still good enough. The boot does swivel, thankfully. Kicks forward about that far, kicks back about this far, and he does have a rocker. I really wish they took the extra trouble of doing some butterfly joints on this, so that way I think this is a really nice mold of Captain America, and it would have certainly made it even that much more better to have those butterfly joints done. Nonetheless, still is a very nice figure, and he really is decently articulated. So jumping right into the accessories, he does come with 2 fists default in package. He does come with a pointer finger hand for the left hand side. He does come with a saluting hand for the right hand side. He does come with 2 gripping hands, though he doesn't come with anything to grip. He does also come with an angry head sculpt, and this one is actually really cool. Also equally as well done as the other. To put the head on, you simply pop off the other one and plug in that one. It does come with a busted ass shield, and this is actually a rubbery material, unlike the hard plastic shields we are accustomed getting. And this shield actually does come with 2 fragments. They can't join on or anything, but you know, they're good for photography and stuff. Make it look like the broken shield on the ground. And now you could have Cap looking like he's not too happy about having his shield broken. And lastly, Cap comes with this goofy lenticular shield thing. Don't know who would want this, but it does have that C-clip for the shield on the back there. How interesting. And if you didn't want the lenticular thing, I guess you could pull it out and put this cardboard Secret Wars one. I'm not sure why anybody would want these. To me, it just seems like a waste of plastic. I would actually have rathered, since you went through the trouble of giving us the C-clip and everything, why not give us a shield that wasn't broken, you know? Unfortunately, if you were hoping to swap the heads onto your 20th anniversary cap, the blues just don't match very well. So some painting will be required. The hands, however, although it's not a perfect match, it still is a lot closer. So you can actually swap those in. And also, in case you were wondering, the unmasked head sculpt that came with the 20th anniversary cap does actually fit on this figure. The only thing is the little hood piece to represent the mask being folded down is not the right color blue, but should be able to either repaint that or wing it if you want to. I guess if you wanted, you could use the gripping hands to grab onto the pegs on the shields, but then that'll be kind of goofy. I'm sure us collectors could come up with some better uses for those gripping hands. Just wanted to say, before you try to put a Thor's hammer through this space and destroy the hand or the hammer, this is actually joined at the thumb and index finger. So what I did was I ran the X-Acto knife through here to cut them apart, and now it adds the it does have the added bonus of being able to hold the shield like that if you wanted. So just be wary of that. So for height, he does stand around 6.5 inches tall. And he is next to Jada Toys Mega Man. And he is next to Jack Specific Sonic. And he is next to an SH Figure Arts Luffy. And he is next to Jada Toys Ryu. He is next to CT Toys Spider-Man. And he is next to CT Toys Wolverine. He is next to Marvel Legends Iron Man. And of course, here he is next to Marvel Legends Ant-Man. Alright, so in closing, I think this is a decent Captain America. If you needed a comic book cap to put in your collection, certainly is a nice figure. If you missed out on the 20th anniversary, now's a good time to get this mold, because it is slightly improved with the pinless joints, the additional sculpted detail on the trunks, and of course the face sculpts do look a lot better. One thing I was disappointed in, I was hoping that they added some butterfly joints to this figure, especially with the rubber overlay on the scale mail there. I think adding something like that would have been actually relatively easy for them. Additionally, instead of getting this, I think they should have given us an undamaged shield like what came with the 20th anniversary. Even if it was minus the holes for the effect pieces, that would have still been nice. So at least you have the option of having the broken shield or the undamaged one. But nonetheless, hope you enjoyed this review. Hope this was helpful to anybody who was on the fence about getting this. And until next time, y'all take care.